Let's get to the players that we know for sure are going to be out on the court tonight and hopefully for the entire series. Who is the most important player in this series overall? That's my question, RJ. I'm going to start with you.
Bam. To me, Bam.
Wham, bam, Cannonham.
Bam. He is the most important, and it's because really Miami struggled offensively a little bit. And when you look at Bam, he's not only a creator, but he also is going to need to score. He's going to need to score, I think, between 18 and 20 a night. He's going to have to help create that offense, and the intensity in which he does, his dribble handoffs, his roll and replaces, creating havoc inside, hitting him on the roll and distributing.
Yep.
They're going to need more from him, especially if Kyle Lowry's not at 100%. If Kyle Lowry's not that dude, then Bam becomes their primary creator. I know Jimmy Butler can score, but all of these other guys, whether it's Duncan Robinson, Tyler Herro, some of these guys need people to create shots for them, and then that falls on to Bam.
Mr. Perkins?
I think it's Tyler Herro. It's Tyler Herro for the simple fact that if they have any chance, if the Heat have any chance at beating the Celtics, Tyler Herro is going to have to be that guy. We saw in the bubble, Tyler Herro was torching the Celtics.
And all season.
Yeah, but don't interrupt me again, okay? But look, we saw what Tyler Herro did to them, and he was part of the main reason why they beat the Celtics 2 years ago in the Eastern Conference Finals. And so Tyler Herro, you know, hey, listen, he want people to put his name in a conversation with Jason Tatum. He want people to put his name in a conversation with Luka Doncic.
Yep.
Here's his opportunity right now.
Well, there's a lot of distance between that and those conversations. I think what we're getting at is this. Number one, Tatum and Butler as the number one guys, they're going to bring it. We know that. Those guys are given, and we're going to count on them. If Kyle Lowry is out or limited, the Heat are at just a raw talent deficit in this series. They just don't have as much talent, which is why we're picking Bam and Herro, because they need their secondary players to have monster series. So I'm with RJ. I think it's Bam Adebayo. We know he's the linchpin of their defense. I think he needs to have the best offensive series of his career.
He's got a wildly popular podcast.
The best two-way series of his career. I think 18 to 20 may even be conservative for how many points they're going to need from him. They're going to need him to bully switches when he gets switches and all of that, and run the offense from the elbow and all that. I think they need him to have the series of his career to win this if Lowry is limited. So I'm going Bam too.
Yeah.
Coach?
Well, let's look at the importance of role players in this series. Robert Williams, the third for Boston, who missed the end of the Milwaukee series. Celtics were still able to win. I think his role, ability to score at the rim, to rebound when Miami switches. And I think for the Celtics, they feel like they were able to beat Milwaukee without Robert Williams on the court to finish the series. He was active in Game 7.
Yep.
They bought him some more rest for that sore knee. But Boston feels they're going to need Robert Williams playing at a pretty high level in this series to beat the Heat. You know that this Celtic team, who became the best defensive team in the league over the course of the second half, Robert Williams was a huge part of anchoring that in the middle.
So we just heard, and I get it. I know you guys all wanted to take the analytical answers, the deeper dive answers. No one, literally no one said Jimmy Butler or
those guys are who they are. They're all they're stars. They're going to be stars.
We just saw Chris Paul. We just saw Devin Booker. We just saw teams that were stars on their teams just not show up.
That's fair.
At the end of the day, they need to show up, and everything trickles down from there. They set the tone for everyone else. Richard's telling me I'm wrong.
No,
I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm not saying you're wrong.
I'm saying
don't interrupt me. What I'm saying is with those guys, if they don't play, then there is no chance. If Jimmy Butler doesn't play well, there is no chance. If Jason Tatum doesn't play well, there is no chance for the team. That is fair.
Right. So that's why they're my answer.
I mean, you have regular season players and you have postseason players. You have some players that heart pump Kool-Aid and some that pump blood. Jimmy Butler is one that pumps blood.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming, sports, and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.